St. John the Apostle lived to a very old age, probably about 90. And in his old age, he became feeble, so feeble that they had to actually carry him into wherever they were going to celebrate Mass. And he was so feeble that he could hardly preach. But he always wanted to say something. And so what he would say is, "My children, love one another." That's all he would say to preach. And this went on constantly until finally they were getting a little bored with that one-line sermon. And they finally got the courage to ask him, "Master, why do you always say the same thing?" And he said, "Because it's the commandment of the Lord. And if this is done, it is enough. Children, love one another." And so we hear it often in the gospel. It was yesterday, today we hear it again. We hear it over and over again. Love God with your whole being and your neighbor as yourself, the two great commandments. And if we only live those in our world, the earth needs love, doesn't it? There would be no wars, there'd be no riots, there'd be no injustice if there was really love in the world. And we can finally think that it's pretty impossible. Billions of people, and how do you get everybody to be loving? Well, the only place obvious to start is with ourselves. If we can every day try to be more loving of God and more loving of one another, that's the place to start. And if all the individuals in the whole Catholic Church throughout the world would do that, what an impact it would have on the whole world. It's not easy, but the Lord gave us that commandment. My children, love one another. And so today we hear the great commandment again in the gospel and ask the Lord to help us to be more conscious of it and to live it more fully each day in our own personal lives. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.